Hello and welcome to this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. You don't want to miss this show today. We actually have the director, the producer, and actors from the movie Pound of Flesh. You don't want to miss this show. Stick around. We'll be back in just a moment. Hello and welcome to this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. My guest today is the producer and the director of the upcoming film Pound of Flesh. Welcome to the show, Don Okol and Nkem. Man, I am so excited about this film. I know you guys are too. This is your baby.
Yeah.
And you've been nurturing this baby for a long time. And I think August the 23rd will be the birth date of the baby that you guys have nurtured.
Exactly.
Now, the film is called Pound of Flesh. I know that it's about a young girl who actually gets killed in a car accident.
Yes.
And now tell me a little bit about how you came up with the concept for that film.
Take a look behind. Assholes. Africans who have long overstayed their welcome in these United States.
He is her doctor. He wouldn't knowingly hurt her.
Damn you! And damn him! Well, the concept. Well, it's not actually a concept, but it's just something that came out of the experience of, or something that I saw happen, 22 years ago. So from there, the inspiration came, and I did a screenplay 10 years later. Just remembering the accidents as it happened. So it was an inspired, screenplay, so to say, and I knew that one way or the other, I wanted to keep that little girl's memory alive. And,
Yes.
Hopefully, we did that so well in this film.
Right, right. And then it took an interesting twist because it was a real life event,
Yes,
something
it
that
was.
you actually witnessed and saw for yourself.
Exactly.
On the freeway on I-45
Yes.
many years back, where there was a car accident and a little girl was burning in the back of the car.
Burned to death. Yes.
Burned to death, and you actually were a witness,
A witness and,
to that.
exactly.
And years down the road, you've now turned what you've seen into a movie entitled Pound of Flesh.
Yes.
Now, and also we have the producer of the movie Pound of Flesh, Nkem, DenChukwu.
Yeah.
I hope I got the name right, because so often I mess up Kim's name, and she kills me after the show. She said, my name is not blah, blah, blah. It's DenChukwu. So I practiced it intentionally so that I could have this name right today.
That's
Exactly.
very awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ferrell.
Yes, now you're the producer of the film Pound of Flesh. What has that experience been like for you?
Wow. I think on the 23rd, I can take a deep breath.
Okay.
I'm still working. We're in post-production right now, but it's a very humbling experience. I wouldn't say that it was difficult to do. It was just very tasking.
Yes.
A whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of details to handle, a whole lot of people to deal with. Some crazy ones that I dealt with, were off the production, of course. But it's been a very humbling experience.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I say this often, whenever you're trying to put something together and make something happen, when it's your dream, it's your vision, it's your baby, you're going to have those little hiccups along the way.
course. Yes.
You're going to have morning sickness,
Yes.
so to speak, as you're going through the process
Yes.
of giving birth to your dream and your
Yes.
vision.
Mhm.
And I know those things certainly have taken place with what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
But we're here now.
Yeah.
And I call this
Excited.
the 8th month. August 23rd will be the 9th month when birth will be given
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
this film. Now, for people that don't know much about this film, what would you want to say to somebody out there to encourage them to come and see this wonderful production?
Well, I mean, first it was inspired by an actual event. The teenage girl that died, this was 1988,
Okay.
3 days to Christmas. We have a name for the girl, and so if they want to know who this little girl who died 14 years ago, she would have been 40 this year. They should come to the movie, and of course we're going to have her name on screen, dedicating the film to her. And of course the whole content of the film will definitely glue you to your seat, will inspire you, will entertain you, will make you cry, will make you mad, but at the end, you have a smile on your face.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
A guaranteed
And of course,
smile.
we have after party afterwards, and someone is going to be cooking.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Speaking of someone that's going to be cooking, from what I understand, not only is she a producer on the film, but she's an awesome cook as well. And I had a chance to taste some of your food on the set maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Accidentally, yes.
Yes, yes, and that food is good. So, if for no other reason you guys want to come to that event just to get the food, okay? And the movie is certainly an added bonus.
Yes, it is.
So, how many months have you actually been working on the film?
A year? Oh yeah. I mean, the pre-production is always that's where the film. That's where you begin to make sense out of your production.
Yeah.
So you go into pre-production and you want to give it everything that you have, because if you pre-produce badly,
Yes.
and during production you will be lacking. You know, so many things will not be there. So many things will not be prepared in the sense that they are not production ready. So pre-production is the key to, especially with independent filmmakers. You want to be able to, because you're lacking in so many other areas, especially money. So you pre-produce it to such at a point where almost everything else that comes in will come in an easy format, and then you can get things going and flowing a little flawlessly.
Gotcha. So basically, it's like laying a good foundation.
Foundation. It is. It's the same thing.
Yeah, because you have to. You're also dealing with, say, Fort Bend Symphony Orchestra.
Okay.
For, when I first started talking to them, nobody's just going to say, "Oh, sure, come on, come on, do this."
Right.
They will have to go through the board members. They will have to get approval, and most times, all this pre-production work they take like 2 months, 3 months. Like the hospital that we use, of course, I had to get permission to use the hospital. So basically, the pre-production took about 9 months. 9 months. I'm not kidding. I worked Monday through Sunday.
And of course, during that time, of course, you do your rewrites.
Exactly.
The rewrites comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there were so many additions and so many things that I did in the rewrite phase of the screenplay before actual production came. So even when you have this thing about rewrites, when you have it, even when you're on the set shooting the actual sequences, you will find yourself rewriting stuff or embellishing stuff.
Yeah.
To give it wings, so that your film will eventually fly. So pre-production is key to everything that you do, especially if you're an independent filmmaker.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm excited about it. I know the world's going to be very excited about it when they get a chance to see it. And I'm also excited about the fact that I had an opportunity to be in the film myself.
You were awesome. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I was like, okay, did I end up on the cutting room floor?
No, I know you. Yes. Very, very good.
So I'm excited for certainly for seeing myself on the screen and working with this wonderful director and producer. Now I know it's going to start in the cinema that's in Stafford, Texas.
The
AMC
Fountains. Yes.
In the Fountains.
Yes.
Now, will it be there for a certain length of time, or how does that work?
Well, for the premiere, it will just be for that day.
Okay.
Then after that, we're hoping to get some kind of deal for them to show it, maybe 2 weekends, 3 weekends, depending.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be just AMC, so it could be Santico's Palladium.
Okay.
Or Edwards Theater. So it really depends on who is,
Yeah.
So after when we're done with the whole film, the post-production, then we'll have to maybe send preview copies to all those people, and hopefully it will, make them want to
Make them want to place it in their theaters.
Yes. So that's the hope. And the
Well,
plan.
I think that's fantastic. Now, also, not only will they probably get to see it in the theaters, but are you guys going to have it to go to DVD as well?
Oh yeah, it will definitely.
And cable
networks.
So.
And, I mean, it's a whole gamut for distribution.
Yeah.
So you go for it and see what areas of distribution that takes in your product, and of course that's where most of the money is made. But hopefully, even if you don't make, if you're not successful with a widescreen release,
Okay.
you can stay with DVD release and cable and all these other ancillary areas that will also give your film breath.
Okay,
Life,
so it's
you
still
know.
facilitated in some
Oh,
way,
yes.
even if it's not in the theaters. I think that's fantastic. And again, like I said a moment ago, I'm so excited about seeing this film and being there on the 23rd. And I've certainly been telling people about it. I've been posting it on my Facebook page and that type of thing. But you know what? I want it to be a success.
It will be. And also, one more thing that I wanted to say. I don't know if we're ended this interview, but just in case for the when she was saying something regarding coming to the premiere, it's believe me, it's essential that anyone that has any kind of chance that they to show up and see at least the aspect of making independent film and what it means to find yourself on the same platform with, say, Hollywood.
Yes.
Which you shouldn't. You know, there are no comparisons here. I'm saying that independent filmmakers are very creative on their own right, on their own way, in their own ways, because they have nothing to really work with. The moment you are stifled with money, you know, production cost, you begin to draw from, you know, those corners of you that have something to present, and then if you can do that effectively, you will have a fantastic film. You will have a great film, at least, to you know, as against, you know, someone who has $200 million to make a film. But right after the film, after the showing of Pound of Flesh, the party that she was talking about, I am responsible for 2 cases of Remy Martin. Do I go on here?
Go right on.
All right now.
You said Remy Martin. That sounds good already.
It's going to be. It's not one of those bring your own beer kind of thing. No, just come on. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you after party.
There it is.
It's going to be an amazing experience for everyone who shows up.
Okay. All right. And guess what? I believe that. I believe that because I know anything that you put your hands to is going to be stellar, needless to say. And you know what? We're going to be back in just a moment. You guys are going to get to meet a couple of the actors from the movie Pound of Flesh. So stick around. You don't want to miss this next edition. There it is.
Skytrue's custom eyewear has taken the world by storm. In only 8 months, Skytrue's has gained the eyes of many, including celebs like Big Sean, Little Flip, Destiny Child, Soulja Boy, just to name a few. Through custom design, Skytrue's can put your imagination on your frames. I bring to you the next big thing in Houston, Skytrue's, created by Golden Boy, the musician, the artist, the entrepreneur, and grassroots marketing genius. Be inspired. Skytrue's, custom designed frames. Skytrue's.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. When we left off, we were talking about the movie not a Pound of Flesh, but Pound of Flesh. Sometimes I make that mistake and say a pound, but it's Pound of Flesh. So correction on that. Now, I told you we're going to have the actors. We actually have the actors of the film Pound of Flesh right here on the set. We have Eva Cotton, we have Mr. Perez Egby, and we have J.P. Stefano. Stefano. There we go. All right. Now, these guys play a huge part in the film Pound of Flesh. J.P., you actually play Officer
Paul.
Paul.
Yes, sir.
In the movie. Now, you play a bad cop.
I play a bad cop. I'm a very dirty cop, and I accept a tidy sum of money from the lead actor, played by Curtis Vaughn, Mr. Alyssa, is his character, and he comes to me and he wants me to take care of his dirty work, and let's just say I'm a little sloppy in my tactics.
So you're a dirty cop.
Dirty cop, dirty sloppy cop.
Dirty sloppy cop. Not just a dirty cop, but a dirty sloppy cop. And then we have Eva Cotton. Even you played
Rhonda Blue.
Rhonda Blue.
Rhonda Blue is a 75-year-old atheist turned believer. And yes, they made all this look 75 years old. Thanks to the great makeup artist.
Yeah, Kim Roxy.
Kim Roxy.
Kim Roxy. Yeah, she did an
Yes.
awesome job on your makeup. I had a chance to see a few of the pictures of the process
Oh,
being
boy.
done. And I know Kim, we've interviewed her actually on the show as well.
Yes.
And she does an amazing job with makeup, and she's just blowing up the cosmetic scene, period.
Yes.
Everywhere
She
you
is.
look, Kim Roxy is there.
Mhm.
And needless to say, she did a wonderful job on you. When you can make somebody this beautiful look 75 in a movie,
Now you
then
know.
yeah,
Nothing but love.
nothing but love, nothing but love. And now your character is actually interacting a lot with this man right here, Mr.
Yes.
Perez Egby. Now tell me a little bit about the relationship of you guys in the film. I'll let you tell me.
tell it.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I thought so. Well, it was a very interesting relationship we both had. She was an atheist. She didn't believe in God, and here was a doctor who was running away from everyone who was after him, who was after his life and stuff. Now he was seeking shelter and found shelter in atheist house.
In an atheist house, which happened to
Which
be
was very interesting.
Rhonda Blue.
Rhonda Blue. And because of the protection he received from the spirit of this little girl who he shot, now everything started to work in the doctor's favor. There was a particular scene where the doctor was actually, he had been shot and he ran into this lady's house and was seeking shelter, and the cops and everybody were looking for him and everything. Now they got in there, he was sitting right there, he was laying right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now because of the protection he received from this little girl, he was totally invisible. They couldn't find him.
Wow.
Totally invisible. This atheist saw this doctor run in, and she was so sure he was right in there. He was like, look, I know he's right in there. You got to go get him. But the cops and everything, they went in there, but they saw an empty bed. She was so shocked because she knew
That he was
105% that I was in there.
So she ended up looking like she was crazy.
Of course, but at the end of the day, she saw the hand of God all over the place,
Yeah.
the writings on the wall and everything. And her faith was, directed towards God.
Right. So then you did. You know what? I don't want to just completely ruin the film by saying, did you turn around and become a Christian in the movie? So I'm going to leave that as a little bit of mystery for people who are coming to see the film. So that'll give you guys something to look forward to see how that unfolds. Now I know you guys had a fight scene
Oh, I hate this
Yes.
guy.
in the film that was quite serious, from what I understand.
It was.
I feel like punching him again.
We can take this outside after.
That would be good footage. Go ahead and do it. And now you were directed to just go for it, from what I understand. Just go for it.
Pretty much just guerrilla style, right? You know, Don came up to me right before we shot the scene, and he says, "Just have at it. Just get down and dirty, and we'll see what we can come up with." And I think that was good. It added more realism to the fight scene, because usually when you choreograph a fight, it takes time, and if you're worried about focusing on, okay, you're gonna block here, you're gonna put your hand here,
Right.
sometimes you might forget what happens, and someone might get injured. But
Yeah.
I just told Perez to come at me, and he
Yeah.
tackled me, and
And that's what you did, huh?
I was able to accept it and make it look as real as possible. So
Wow.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Now there weren't any injuries in that particular scene, was there?
No,
Nobody got injured. Nobody got black eyes,
Not that-
broken
I wish I gave
ribs.
him a black eye though.
Is that right?
if I did, I didn't tell anybody.
Makeup does wonders, man.
It does.
Yeah, makeup does wonders.
Tell me about it.
No, so Eva, now, have you ever? I know you've done some acting before. Needless to say, you've done several films. You're actually shooting a film right now that you took time out from that film to come to this the set today. So thank you for that.
Welcome.
Yes. Now,
Pleasure.
absolutely. Now, tell me a little bit more about the character of Rhonda Blue in the film Pound of Flesh.
Wow, I thought we kind of.
No, well, I want to hear more about Rhonda Blue.
What can I say about Rhonda Blue?
Give me a little bit of your history in the film.
Well, she is a widow
Okay.
She owns a ranch. She lives on the ranch alone. And really, as far as the relationship with the doctor, Dr. Emeka, in the beginning, Rhonda Blue did not want to protect him.
Okay.
She was ready to turn him in. And, she knew what had happened. I guess after hearing his story of why he did what he did, then she felt like, she needed to protect him.
Right.
Because she felt that he did it for the right reason.
And now the right reason being the particular situation that you were placed in when you came upon the accident.
Right.
Would that be safe to say?
Well, that would be safe to say as well. But then I guess it grew to, it was growing. Her wanting to protect me, for lack of words, kept growing as a result of the supernatural things that kept happening. There was the brooch, the incident of the brooch, and how the cops came in and found nothing in the room, even when I was in there. All those things, I guess, kept pointing her towards the direction of, hey, this man probably has some innocence. He's innocent. And that, I guess, drove her to want to shield me away from every negative force.
Okay.
That would, after me.
Yeah, in that film, including the bad cop. Now, you played roles in various films as well. So this, for you, what number film is this for you?
This is my second full feature film.
Your second full feature film, okay. And that's every actor's dream, to be busy in that industry. And it's the tough industry to be in. And I know you guys are feeling quite blessed to be a part of a film such as Pound of Flesh, which is really an awesome film. And so many people are hyped and excited to see this movie. So I'm certainly suggesting that you guys come out on the 23rd and support this film that was shot locally. We're going to be back in just a moment with more of the Ferrell Phelps Show. Stick around. We're going to hear a little bit more from the actors. All right, we'll see you in a moment.
Just want, oh my God, this small thing. See, because God, you know how to give good gifts. I wish I had somebody to your children. But now if I ask you for a fish, if my child asks for a fish and I know how to get a fish, that's good. I can give them the it of the fish. But my faith is not just for the fish. I want the river that the fish was swimming in.
Sky Trues Custom Eyewear has taken the world by storm. In only 8 months, Sky Trues has gained the eyes of many, including celebs like Big Sean, Little Flip, Destiny's Child, Soulja Boy, just to name a few. Through custom design, Sky Trues can put your imagination on your frames. I bring to you the next big thing in Houston, Sky Trues, created by Golden Boy, the musician, the artist, the entrepreneur, and grassroots marketing genius. Be inspired. Sky Trues, custom designed frames. Sky Trues.
All right, welcome back to the Ferrell Phelps Show. When we left off, we were talking to these three fine actors and actress, let me get that right, of course, Miss Eva Cotton, about the film Pound of Flesh, which is a feature film coming out August the 23rd, to be released in Stafford, Texas at the, I think, AMC. In the Fountains here in Houston, Texas. So you guys definitely want to come out and see that. Now, I wanted Don and Nkem to join me on this last segment of the show to talk about how they felt working with these fine actors here today. Don, I'll go with you first.
Okay. Well, I've worked with Perez here for a while. This is his fourth film, I think, in my endeavors. Fine actor. I just want to hopefully, make him into the superstar I want to make him into in Africa, at least, which I think he deserves. He deserves a lot, except that once in a while he's late.
Late, or is there another word for late? Is there another definition in Webster's for late? Because that's what he was. I'm a bust him today. I'm just busting him. We love you though, man. We love you.
Oh, yeah.
It's love. It's love.
The other incredible thing that happened to me was the discovery that I made there on the set. Of I took the chance. It's like a roll of dice. You roll the dice, and what comes up came up. Fantastic. Ever caught in here. I mean, God knows I'm telling you the truth. An amazing actor. She doesn't even know it. She doesn't even know it. And the lady that gave the role that backed out of it, for one thing or the other, without being, arrogant in my way of saying it, I'm glad that she did.
Yes.
She didn't take the role because this role was meant for her.
Yes.
And even with JP here, I had given the role to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that JP came to read for us, as soon as I saw him read, I told Nkem, look, I'm going to have to drop the other woman.
That's why.
Yes. And she looked at me funny and I said, yeah, it's not a man thing, it's an acting thing.
Mm-hmm.
And every money I bet on JP worked.
Wow.
Amazing actors. There's a few of them that are there that are not here today, but I'll just, drop in Curtis Vaughn, who's also been in my films before in the past, for the past 20 years. So, great,
Curtis Vaughn, he was also in Jason's Lyrics. They were shot.
Yeah, he was here in Jason's Lyrics.
Right, okay.
And Melissa determined, of course, so.
Yeah.
Great cast.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you, Nkem, as the producer of the film Pound of Flesh, what was that experience like for you? Is this your first film to produce?
No, third.
Your third film to produce. Tell me a little bit about that for you.
Well, I mean, it makes it a lot easier when you deal with actors that are teachable. Some actors choose not to know how to follow instructions. But with the team that we had in Pound of Flesh, they were very, very easy to work with. The ones that were not easy to work with, of course, they got fired.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're doing a job, sometimes you have to let some people
Yes.
go. And a lot of times when different things, you have to change your casting over there. A lot of times you have to understand it's for the better.
It's nothing personal.
And it's nothing personal. And we can't panic or freak out when we have to make changes. But we go with the flow, and in the end, you'll see why the changes were needed. And when you talked about Miss Cotton actually taking on that role, it was just meant for it to happen that way.
Exactly.
So it's good that you were able to pull her in. And I know earlier we were talking about Eva, and you were telling me what an incredible actress she was, and how she done such an awesome job on the set and in that role as Rhonda Blue.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see.
I'm going to feature. In other words, I'm going to introducing this character.
Yes.
She will be the one person that I was saying and introducing Eva Cotton as Rhonda Blue.
Wow.
Because she took it on short notice, and she came up with with an amazing piece of work.
And made it work.
Made it work.
She became the character.
And also, and I will say this until the day I drop, because if I die before JP this time, that you look at an actor, and they don't project the image of that character or the great performance carry.
Right.
They have it in their own ways, and of course, when you see him, on a scene, he brings in a lot of things, which is what I tell actors to do. Don't just come there waiting for me to tell you everything. Just give me something else that I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
And all of them here, and a good many of them that are not here today, they were able to do it, which is why I think when Houston shows up on that day, that they will see some amazing things, that the Houston cast and crew can do in the motion picture.
I think that's fantastic. I wanted to ask you, I'll ask you and Kim, and you just finish this question for me. Why should I go and see the film Pound of Flesh?
Why should you go watch it?
Yes.
Because you will be glued to your seat and to be entertained.
And if you have tears,
Get ready to
prepare
shed
to
them.
shed them now.
Yes.
This movie will get you worked up. If it doesn't, you got a hole in your soul.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You know, it's always good when you see a artist and or director who has that type of belief in their work and that type of passion that's behind it, that's propelling it to the next level.
Exactly.
And obviously you have that confidence in
That's
the
right.
movie Pound of Flesh.
Yes. Well, you know, because I have not only just the great cast that I have, you know, I came to the set, I wasn't lacking anything because I had, you know, a fantastic producer, and you can love what you want, that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and you can ask them.
Yes.
You know, so she made things a lot easier for me.
Absolutely.
I mean, when I need this, it's there.
Mm.
You know, it's there, and the production value that she brought to the set, to the whole film actually, was maybe anywhere from 100 to 200 times the value of the film.
Wow.
Yes, that's why independent filmmaking, you have to know what your producer is capable of.
Yes.
You know, and this is our third film, actually 2.5, so to say. Because the first one was
with
an
other
accident,
producers, yeah.
you know, something purely accidental.
Okay.
And then of course this Germany Run Forest, and then this one. You know, she took them around with it. So it makes it work. And of course you have people that listen to you when you talk.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can a couple of times I chewed his butt, but you know. Gave me what I wanted.
The officer's butt got you.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Like I said before, it's always good to work with a great cast.
Yes.
And a great cast equals success when you're producing anything.
Sure.
And that's all important. And
Very
obviously
important.
you have a great cast here. And that's what's going to make this film wonderful.
Yes.
Now, I know that there is a soundtrack,
Oh yeah.
Original soundtrack.
original soundtrack to the film Pound of Flesh. Now, this was composed by MC Salha?
Salha.
Mahmoud
Salha.
Salha.
Mahmoud Salha. Okay, see, I got to get that language there. Brother got to get that together because, hey, you know. But I've had a chance to listen to some of the music, and the music is awesome.
It is. Mohammed is a classical pianist. He's you know, he does these things, and even when she found him, we met with him, and you know, he gave us some pointers and wanted to know what the story was about. Whenever I gave him a screenplay, we just told him what the story was about, and he said, "Okay, let me meet with you guys back here 2 or 3 weeks from now." At
Okay.
that time, and then of course he came in with a sample, you know, piece of what he was, you know, compiling for us.
Right.
And I was, you know, when I heard them, she and I was sitting there listening, you know, and
So this is it?
Yeah, there's some scenes I knew. There was some scenes that, you know, his music was just, you know, and when you hear it on that day,
Okay.
When
You
he
will really
draw-
be shaken.
each draws the
Yes.
scene.
Mm.
Yeah.
he's a fantastic
Composer.
composer.
Well, it sounds like they have the perfect recipe for an awesome film. You got great actors, you got great musical composers, you have a wonderful producer and an amazing director.
Yes.
All right. Hence, a successful film, Pound of Flesh, is born. And you guys can get to see that film August the
Yes.
23rd, right here in Houston, Texas. For more information about that film, how do they get in touch with you guys?
Facebook, just get on Facebook. Pound of Flesh 2014.
Pound of Flesh
2014.
2014
Yes.
on Facebook. And you guys can get more information on how to get tickets for the red carpet event that night, as well as the movie premiere. For more information on this show, you can certainly reach me at Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. That's Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. You can also see our YouTube channel. Simply go to YouTube, type in the name Ferrell Phelps. You can see all of our shows right there. All right, until next time, folks, we will see you then. Thanks so much.
Don't soil your hands, Mr. Lisa. Let me do your dirty work.
The huge confrontation finally comes to an end.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment as much as I did as we interviewed the actors, director, and the producer of the movie Pound of Flesh on today's Ferrell Phelps Show. I think it was an awesome show. The movie is incredible. And guess what? Yours truly is actually in this movie. So that's even more reason to go see it. So you guys make sure you go check out Pound of Flesh, August 23rd, right here in the city of Houston. Now, for more information about the show, you can certainly reach me at Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. That's Let's Talk About It 12TV at gmail.com. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. And until next time, we'll see you then.